Good afternoon, friends, followers, my subscribers, my army of Trevor and cultists. Thank you very much for continuing to watch my channel and support me. It means a lot. Right, let's get into it. Now, I, along with you, have been watching what's happening in world politics. In the UK, we've had our own completely dysfunctional government come together. Things haven't worked out in the UK. We are no world leaders, certainly not. If anything, we're going backwards rather than forwards. But the reason why this is world news is because, well, the president of the USA is allegedly the leader of the free world. So we all look to America. We shouldn't, but we do. And what have we noticed? Well, we noticed that President Biden. Now, please leave your comments below if you disagree. But from my perspective, what I noticed is the biggest catastrophic meltdown in military history. For some reason, the Biden administration pulled out of Afghanistan and left all their allies in the shit. They pulled out, but they did it in a catastrophic way, where many US Marines lost their lives during the withdrawal. Shocking, isn't it? Could have been avoided, but that's what they did. Not only did they do that, they left billions of pounds of military hardware to the Taliban. They handed everything over. Fantastic, isn't it? Has the Taliban changed? No. But I have watched what's been happening. I watched the Taliban, believe it or not, enter social media, where they were given a Twitter handle for the Taliban, when we seen the 45th president of the United States being taken off Twitter, having his account deleted, banned. Donald Trump started off his own platform, Truth Social. He entered into the presidential race again. And he was up against President Joe Biden. All these are facts, by the way. But they didn't want President Trump to become the president, did they? They tried everything. They went after him. They tried to impeach him. They tried to imprison him. Fines. FBI assaulting his home. CIA investigations, taking home documents. Finding an old porn star and bringing her up to try and... They've done everything. It's cost President Trump, believe it or not, over $500 million of his own money defending himself in all these different cases. Nothing. They couldn't get rid of him. But what the world was seeing is the mental decline of Joe Biden. We've seen him falling apart. I mean, the photographs all over the internet. I do not think he's ever made it onto Air Force One without falling up or falling down the steps. We've seen his speeches become disjointed. He couldn't read a teleprompter. He couldn't deliver a speech. He couldn't keep a thought in his head. He struggled to have concentration. He struggled to do things. But he was meant to be the leader of the free world. He was falling apart. He was falling apart in front of our own eyes. We've seen it for at least 2 years. And the American government, the Biden administration, hit it. Oh no, he's got a cold. He's got this. He's got that. He's got this. He's fatigued. Everyone could see it. But they were lying to us all. Then we had the presidential debate. The 45th president against the 46th president on TV. We've seen President Biden fall apart. Couldn't string a sentence together. Couldn't get a thought. Struggled with any type of debate. Fell apart, really, and the world's seen it. He is not fit to govern the United States of America. He is no more. He's dead. So what did they do? Now, these are facts. So up to now, these are facts. But I am going to go into my opinion in a minute. They couldn't get rid of President Trump. And then out of the blue, an assassination attempt was made on President Trump's life. Secret Service fell apart. Excuses. It's up to the law enforcement. They were meant to check that. Oh, we were inside there. It was too far away. Oh, the roof had a slope. Every type of excuse. Incompetence. But in my opinion now, it was an inside job. I've listened to many US snipers, US Navy SEAL snipers. I've listened to experts on this. And there's no way that could have happened. On a professional watch, trying to protect their principal, that would never have happened. So why did it happen? Now, I know that the Secret Service director, Kimberly Shadell, or whatever it is, she's now been subpoenaed to appear in front of a Senate to discuss what went wrong. Now, within days of this happening, President Trump is back out doing what he does. He's rallying. He was rallying the next day, actually. But now President Joe Biden's caught COVID. And he's disappeared to Delaware to isolate in his $3.4 million mansion. Now, there's been calls from everyone from George Clooney to all the big actors telling, stand down, you're ruining the party. People writing in. Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton behind the lines, lobbying donors to not donate unless he stands down. Now, out of the blue, without any statement, without him speaking to the nation, nothing. A letter gets produced. Now, I know and you know that President Joe Biden hasn't got the right articulate measure right now to produce a letter of that standard and that quality. So, it was signed Joe Biden. Now, I've had other people look at this, including the body language guy on here, looking at this. It's not President Biden's signature. So while President Biden is, let's say, isolating in his mansion in Delaware, is he being forced out of office? Has someone forced his signature? What's happening now has never been heard of before. We have a president that is incapable of doing anything, and a letter signed by him, which doesn't even look like his previous signatures. Either that or he's declined that much he can't even write his own name. And they're now throwing Kamala Harris into the mix to see if she can beat former President Donald Trump. I have never known in my lifetime, I think in any lifetime, where administration in the White House has been that devious and underhand and callous that they have actively, in front of the world, tried to remove a former president and tried to change politics. And they talk about free speech and a free world. Let me know in your comments below what you think. I'll be glad to listen to it. Anyway, listen, have a wonderful day and stay safe.